what side, but people that are willing to kill another person for a difference of opinion when all this guy seemed to do. And I agreed with him about some things that I saw. And I gotta remind you guys, I don't watch this political stuff too often, so like I'm basing my opinion on videos that I saw in the past couple of days, clips, you know, lengthy clips, not just a little soundbite out of context. And yeah, I disagreed on some of his points, but I mean, he seemed like a pretty reasonable individual that didn't wish ill on anybody. So when you start having your opinions silenced through assassinations, political assassinations, I think it triggers the rest of the world to wake up and to, I mean, for me, I'm talking about it right now, you know, it should be a wake-up call, if anything, that we need to speak truth to power more than ever, that if this guy's going to be a martyr for free speech, that we all need to not be afraid to say what we feel in a peaceful way, not fear getting shot. You know, that's just terrible. That's really what's on my mind, because I've been scrolling Twitter, as you could probably tell. But in the crypto sphere, Jerome Powell's going to lower interest rates, so I guess we have that to look forward to, don't we? We've got interest rates to look forward to. Lower the music volume a bit. Yes, sir, you've got it. Music volume has been lowered a bit, just for you. Hey, Peter Witzbolt. Hey, Retrospect. Hey, Every Broke Crypto. Peter Witzbolt. Zach Davis, the music is very loud. Sorry, man. How's the music now, guys? How's the music now? Hopefully a little bit better. So, yeah, we've got basically a 99% chance of the Federal Reserve lowering interest rates. They're supposed to maybe do it even 2 or 3 times before the year's over. This is good for our bags, long story short. I see everyone complaining about the music. I've lowered it. I've tried using PulseChain and it won't bridge. You're gonna have to be more specific than that. People have been having issues with MetaMask. I do want to warn everybody. I've heard from multiple sources, or just people, you know, in my DMs messaging me, and then myself included. I've had a hard time using PulseChain on my mobile app through MetaMask Wallet. I think it's just a MetaMask Wallet bug. You probably have to re-download the new version. Obviously back up your seed words, and then maybe just remove the app and reinstall it. I did get it working on desktop, but it was a little weird with the gas settings. So if you have MetaMask and you're saying PulseChain's not working, it's not that the bridge isn't working, everything's working fine. It's that MetaMask's default gas settings aren't ideal. So you might have to make sure it's at least 65,000 in your gas limit. When you're about to send a transaction in your MetaMask wallet, click edit on the transaction fee settings and then click advanced, and then you can mess with the base fee, the priority fee, and the gas limit, and just like double or triple all those values, whatever they are. If your transactions aren't going through, just make it like way higher. You're still only going to pay like 1 or 2 pennies in gas fees, but MetaMask has been doing this weird thing where it's glitching out and not giving people enough gas to get their transactions through. Peter Witzbold Coffee, you're so cool. LOL. Thanks, dude. Kestrel says all good now. Duke of Boo says cheers, everybody. Just buy E-Hex. Hey, E-Hex had a little pump, didn't it? We're going to talk about E-Hex today. Surprisingly, E-Hex had a pump. Let's see how E-Hex is doing. I think 30% up on the day. Of course, everyone made a fake E-Hex. Oh, no. That's only one of them. E-Hex 10,000. LOL. Alright, these are the real E-Hex. This one is up 32% today, guys. This is Hex from the Ethereum, the original Hex. Who's buying it? Why are they buying it? I don't know. I hear BankX is running low. I hear BankX is out. BankX is out of... I think they got 20 million Hex coins left. So, you can make up any reason you want why E-Hex is pumping today. But it looks like people just buying it. Maybe there's some traction. Maybe the mainstream normies are getting these mailers. Who knows? Then they're going and they're buying the first Hex that they find, which is probably on the Ethereum network. A lot of people don't realize that to get to PulseChain, you do have to bridge across and go buy the new Hex and buy PulseX and all those other coins, the meme coins that everyone loves. But maybe this is just newbies. Or maybe it's BankX going out, running out of coins. For people that don't know, BankX was a big scam that launched back in the day. Allegedly, some big hex whale fat-fingered his donation to the BankX team and accidentally sold this guy, or gave this guy way too much hex. Multiple millions, I think even billion, almost a billion hex. I don't remember, but it was a lot, and the BankX dude has just been dumping the entire time, and people like to watch that wallet and get all angry about it. And now he's low. So the BankX seller, the big whale dumper, has got, I think, 20 million left, from what I hear. Freeman says music is too loud. I know, guys. Just fast forward. We'll cut that beginning part out, guys. We'll cut that beginning part out. E-Hex is flying. Will PulseChain and P-Hex do the same soon? It's really a matter of time, in my opinion. Okay. I don't have a crystal ball, but I still believe after this 2 years of downwards. And, by the way, guys, we did pump December of 2024, but that does feel like a lifetime ago. Only 9 months ago. We were about 7, maybe 6x higher in most of the core coins than we are today. So we got a long way to go. I guess 6x off the low. Maybe we were 2 or 3x higher from where the prices currently are. Yeah, BankX paper hands really showed their cards. They weren't a believer, but other people have been scooping that up. Now look, I haven't really been buying E-Hex. People know this if they're following me. I've been buying P-Hex on the PulseChain network. And P-Hex is the new copied version, but hey, a pump is a pump. So I'm a fan of when any hex does a pump because it looks good. To the outsiders too, you know, people that don't know about PulseChain yet, they might see Hex on the ETH network. And if you're watching and you're new, there's 2 copies of Hex. Actually, there's a copy of every single coin on PulseChain. So if you had any coins on Ethereum back in the day, 2023 and before that, you have a copy of those coins. Like DAI, you got PDAI, you got Rat Bitcoin, you got any coin that you had has a non-zero value if it was relatively popular on the ETH network. So go check it out. You might have free money. And the most popular PRC20 copy of the Ethereum tokens, because all the Ethereum tokens were copied onto PulseChain. Most popular one is Hex, and that one is currently 1 penny today. It's about 5x higher than E-Hex. I wonder what that ratio is today. Oh, it's maybe almost a 3-to-1 ratio today. Could be an ascending triangle, and ascending triangles usually break up, or it might just be a local top. The way things have been going in PulseChain land, a lot of spirits have been crushed. A lot of people have been capitulating. But you've still got the community, you've still got this huge marketing campaign. Richard will come back eventually, the founder, Richard Hart. People don't realize he still has to probably be a little quiet, is my guess. Not wanting to give away his location with Interpol and all that, but if you beat the SEC, guys, he's got those same lawyers. I have pretty strong faith that he's going to beat that bogus Interpol charge as well. And I imagine he would come back to defend his bags when the time is right. But the whole community's been picking up the slack. We've got a giant mass marketing effort. People are getting mailers. People are getting PulseChain mail. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. These very tech-savvy people, some of them, or very wealthy it seems to be, they've been targeted to receive PulseChain mail from a very generous donation made to a blockchain advocacy foundation. And that's what's happening. Imagine, guys, 1 million of these units going out. Imagine like 1 in every 200 adults in the USA ends up with one of these things in their hands. So the scale and the magnitude of the marketing campaign going on right now for PulseChain, it's only gotten started. It's only like 10% of the way done. Volunteers are coming in. It's beautiful to see. Just real grassroots, nonprofit type stuff. And it's awesome because people don't, I mean, when people get these things, they don't throw them away. And they make an impression. And we've had a lot of curiosity. Some of it has been online. You could tell that they're normies that are being reached because they're posting about it on Reddit, on like r/whatisthis. They're making posts about not knowing even what the whole thing is. And that's the point. Drive curiosity. Maybe they'll go down the rabbit hole. And maybe they will buy, especially when the prices start pumping. ETH is near an all-time high. ETH is at, what, $4,800? Let's take a look at Ethereum. Hex Scout. Does Hex Scout? I mean, it's been incorrectly showing the Ethereum coins lately. By meaning it's not been showing them lately. It's only showing PulseChain right now. On people's portfolios. A little bit of a bug. Maybe. What was I looking for? The price in the last 7 days of PLS is up 16%. Hex is up 28%. Hex on PulseChain, that is. E-Hex. PulseX is up only 2% in the last week. It's been falling behind. PulseX has been falling behind relative to Pulse. INC hasn't moved too much either. So INC could be that voting token, could be that future utility speculation coin. Very, very scarce because not a lot of people are yield farming anymore. The emissions are very low compared to what they used to be. Some people are accumulating INC coin. I've got a bag. Got a bag of some other meme coins. But there we are. That's where we're at today. And Ethereum. I was trying to find the Ethereum chart, wasn't I? Let's just Google it, shall we? Ethereum is flat today at $4,600. $4,600. Let's make this 1 month. Well, it's been tapping this all-time high of like 4,800 about 6 or 7 times now. So when Monday comes around and when the Fed lowers rates, let's check out the Fed Watch tool. I'll show you guys. Just to show you guys how certain we're probably going to pump. In 2 more days. 3 more days. Okay, on Wednesday. On Wednesday, there's a 96.4% chance that Jerome Powell is going to lower the rates, causing a bullish, basically flooding the whole crumbling traditional system with money, and making all of our bags more likely to pump because people escape to assets that outpace inflation. They don't want to hold their money in dollars. Smart investors know that when you print money and your money's devalued every day, that it's not worth really saving in a bank. Saving money in a bank is ridiculous. Especially, I mean, if you just see the writing on the wall, this is happening with every single currency over the past, whatever, 200 years. Since the dawn of history, every single time a government prints money, they print too much of it, they get greedy, they become too bloated, they've got to fund all these wars, they got to fund all these people. It's a bureaucratic nightmare, and they basically bleed out. Like, the average lifespan of a currency, I think Ray Dalio said, was 250 years on average. USA is about that old as an experiment, 250 years old, and it's not like everything crashes and dies in a day, right? But the frogs in boiling water analogy is that you don't realize what's happening until it's too late. People that are waking up to crypto, congratulations. Hey, Vouch has a nice little pump today. We've got this pooled staking service called Vouch. Their token just went up 69% one day. Jesus. Congratulations to these guys. I don't know if this is going to be the local top, but I was going to do an interview with them. We've rescheduled till tomorrow. I will be interviewing the Vouch guys as well. If you want to stake your Pulse, you can run a validator on your own, or you could do liquid staking, which is kind of like on Ethereum liquid staking. You hand off the responsibility to a bunch of other people. You take more smart contract risk, and you get paid, I think, 11 or 12% APY on Vouch.run. But you do have a little more risk than versus running it yourself. Not much, but a little bit, because sometimes people that run it themselves, like, they are their own worst enemy. And if you don't know how to, like, work a computer very well, or your power goes out and you're not there to, like, fix the validator, you could actually lose money. So some people like to delegate that responsibility. That's what Vouch is for. Vouch.run. Alright. ETH breaks $5,000 next week. I'm already levitating. That's right, Duke of Booze. That is right. Ethereum looking sexy. Ethereum wants to break out so bad, doesn't it? When do I think they will finish mailing them this year? Kestrel, we're aiming for end of the year. Like, December 31st to get all these mailers out, but that would be a very bullish estimate. We're probably going to take, I mean, it's a monumental task. And so to get them, all the mailers out that are coming, I mean, the community is involved, and the more the community helps, the faster they get out. But, I mean, it could be anywhere from 3 months to maybe 9 months. Which is good, because as things are pumping, to mail these out when ETH is going up, as it's happening, it's just pouring gas on the fire. There's going to be a pretty big logistical change pretty soon that should enable us to print and deliver way, way faster. We hope, due to the yeah, that's about all I'll say. But we've got some process efficiency improvements planned that would hopefully get these out way faster than they're currently being sent out, which they're already being sent out pretty fast. I think the number was 30,000 units sent out so far. Hey, Internet Money, what's going on? Internet Money says we're talking with the Vouch team to bring native PLS staking within Internet Money on Android, iOS, Chrome, and using their protocol. Yes. Oh, I've got another stream. Uh-oh. Let me see about this. Yeah, my Streamlabs was acting up. So I might have to, oh, wow. Look at that. That is terrible. Yeah, gonna have to delete the old one. Fucking Streamlabs sometimes, guys. I think it was because my TikTok, like, authorization to live stream was banned or something. Alright, gotta upload the thumbnail again. Here we go. Now it looks better. Updating the thumbnail while you're already live. Wow. And delete the old one. And there we go. We're back. Thanks for letting me know about the other stream, Freeman. Hey, Master Friend, thank you for the $7 tip. Shout out to Master Friend. Go follow him on X. He always hits everyone with the glorious Pepe memes. Quality memer, that guy. Coffee on me. Thank you, sir. Hey, that pays for the copyright strike I'm about to get. Thank you. Funny, YouTube ads only pays like, I don't know, a couple bucks per video you make. And then if you play any music at all, they typically just demonetize the entire video. Thank you, Master Friend. Slarty Bartfast says swapping core PLS for a validator receipt token would be a taxable event for many. Do your own research. Could be. Could be. You know, I don't think the government has any idea what people are doing on crypto. There's way too much work. They're way understaffed for that kind of a thing. But do definitely ask your tax advisor, because I am not one. So if you get liquid staking derivatives, or if you get yield from a third party, I mean, I don't even think it would be a taxable event in my non-tax advisor opinion, because you're just buying a token, and the token goes up in value based on the underlying PLS that it's worth. So you're not ever transferring ownership of anything to anybody else. Maybe technically, I don't know, whatever the law is for the Ethereum liquid staking derivatives, whatever the precedent over there is, you could probably just safely assume that it's the same thing on PulseChain. Great bullish vibe, Coffee. Thank you. Thank you, Crypto and Coffee. Almost 50k subs. Yeah. Hey, guys, like, subscribe. Let's get to 50k. What up, MF? What's up, E-Boogie? How you doing? Yeah, guys. A lot of messed up stuff happening. Very sad about Mr. Charlie Kirk. He will be remembered. Crypto is the answer to a lot of this stuff, guys. Hey, Ash says $20 tip. Thank you so much. God bless all the people volunteering their time, helping with the LCD tablets. Thank you, Ash. I really appreciate that. That's what I've been doing for the last couple weeks. A couple months, really. I mean, it's been a long work in progress. And it's a community effort. We've all been helping out. So thanks to everybody else as well. And obviously the generous donation, the donors, everybody. I tuned in just in time for tax advice and sweet pump music. What's up, Molly? How you doing, man? How's Paradise treating you? I'll see you soon, I'm sure. Not everyone is in the US, Coffee. What do you mean? Not everyone's in the US? Hey, Coffee, greetings from Nigeria. What's up, Jamil? How you doing? Yeah, well, figure out your own tax situation, guys. Obviously, don't get in trouble for tax fraud. So, what's going to happen here, guys? Are we going to finally break out? Is ETH going to finally break out? I really hope so. Look at this 5-year chart here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times it's been at $3,700. Or $4,700. 4,815 was the previous all-time high. We just tapped that again. I think we went to like 4,900 for a second. Man, resistance gets weaker and weaker, guys. And then it becomes support. Very simple technical analysis. Any meme coins going on? What meme coins are we holding? I bought some Swarm token. I bought some Unity token. Actually, I didn't buy Unity token. I'm just mining it or creating it right now. Bonded some Top Hat to Peacock. That was pretty cool. What else? Most wanted. Still holding most, everybody. Richard Hart's original OG meme coin. I'm still holding it. Hasn't moved much. Still 2.5 pennies, but hey, we'll see. We'll see if it comes back. It looks like one of the most popular meme coins, regularly in the top 20 or 30 on PulseChain. Most wanted. There is part of the RSI ecosystem I'm holding called Hidden. No. I'm holding Secret Token. There's another one called Hidden. I'm holding Secret Token. It pays out really great APY, 1% per day almost. Pretty insane. You know, good things don't last forever, but it's been working for the last 3 months now, maybe 4 months. I think I bought some CVRE token. Yeah, CVRE, there it is. This is a real world asset play with real estate. So this guy's got a real estate kind of gig, and he's the goal, the idea behind this project is that all the money and the cash inflows coming from these real estate deals are just going to be used to buy and burn the coin. So if you invest in the coin, you're like part of the it's also part of a DAO with some kind of voting mechanism. This is all future stuff. The voting thing doesn't exist yet, but that is the idea. Taking a gamble here because I don't know, never really met the guy, but I'm sure I'll have him on one day, talk more about his plan, his vision, because real world assets are a thing, and real estate is kind of the only main real world asset that is accessible, that a lot of normal people are interested in. I guess treasuries as well, right? Treasuries are a huge one, like Ondo and all that. But real estate gets a lot of attention, and there's a lot of money tied up in real estate. So when it comes to real world assets, the big two are like treasuries and real estate, maybe gold, and then everything else. Hey, greetings from Nigeria. Ukon, the answer to your question is, yeah, we're good on that, but thanks for asking. Motley, stop flirting with me, bro. Hello, Tam Tam, good to see you. Thoughts on DevC and Based as official Reen music? I think DevC was interesting. I held it for a good amount of time, then I sold it. I have no idea what's going on with that, but George News has been talking about it, tweeting about it, and he's got it on his profile. George News is like a 200,000 follower account. He's been hinting at PulseChain having some relationship with the Trump family, saying that the Trumps are well aware of PulseChain, probably because they use the same lawyers. But GeorgeNews.com is an investigative journalist platform. They've been around for a long time. They seem to know people. They seem to be connected into things. I have no other proof of that other than like rumors and basically what they say. And they probably, I mean, I'm sure they follow the Trumps around and like do their journalism, whatever they do. They seem to be big fans of Richard Hart, and they seem to be trying to connect some dots there. So I bought it, I sold it because Swarm was another one that George News had in his profile. And basically just Swarm is the newer token. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe more potential to pump. Base, isn't that some utility token? That's one of George News' other tokens that he likes. Base is like something to fund content creators somehow. I don't know. Typically when meme coins try to have utility, I don't love, like, you don't need to slap utility on a meme coin. It just needs to go viral on social media, like with memes. So if I had to pick between DevC and Base and Swarm, well, I already did pick. I picked Swarm. Slarty says, from OG stake ladder, I've been keeping E-Hex liquid as my stakes and just in case, while compounding my P-Hex stakes. Seems like a winning tactic right now. E-Hex for possible profit taking. Yeah, look, E-Hex, I've still got a bag that I haven't sold. I have not been restaking it either. I've been bridging it into PulseChain. I think a lot of it is just like sitting there. You can bond it. You can do liquidity bonding, E-Hex to P-Hex, or you can do it on PlusX.app. PlusX.app has a pretty good E-Hex, P-Hex, like kind of a automation strategy for liquidity. You could do that. Do I think 10K in PulseChain ecosystem with only 2.5K in cores is enough to retire this? I don't know, man. I mean, how much of that are you really going to capture in gains, right? Let's say we do 100x. Let's say your portfolio briefly taps $1 million. Would you actually sell? That's the question. It's like, would you pull out enough? And what, I mean, everyone's different. So how much money do you need to retire? You need $100,000 and then you go, because let me tell you guys a secret. Nobody actually ever retires. Okay, so this word retirement is kind of funny. You reach financial escape velocity and then you just decide to do whatever you like doing, but usually that involves making money. I mean, as a man, like, if you're not kind of thinking about stuff to be doing, like, we're kind of just inclined to keep working. And probably, I mean, women too, like, anybody just doesn't sit around all day. So when you retire, like, are you trying to raise a family and dedicate all your energy into that? I mean, everyone's situation is so different. So 2.5K in cores, like, I would just keep stacking crypto like I've been doing my whole life. I look at crypto like the only other asset class worth investing in. It's so lightweight. You don't have, like, the responsibility of home ownership. You don't have to repair. You don't have to, like, paint the walls. You don't have to fix the washing machine. You don't have to do all this stuff that real estate. You don't have to pay property taxes. Stocks are fine, but they just go up so slow. So I've been investing in crypto just as a way to beat the system, to escape, and to get outsized returns, which they do come, right? If you enter it in the 2022, 2023, I can see being skeptical about this whole crypto thing, but if you're in stuff like Ethereum and PulseChain, which I'm fairly certain is going to stand the test of time, I would just keep stacking. Why stop at 10K? That's how I feel about crypto. Why stop at 10K? Like, every time you get a paycheck. For me, for a long time, my paychecks were put into crypto. A large part of them. As much as I could, really. As much as I could afford, because I felt that it was the shortcut. And it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it's the shortcut in terms of, all right, do you want to be financially free in 40 years or 10 years? You know, you choose. And probably even less than that in crypto. If you, like, 5 or 6 or 7 years in crypto, you're probably going to have more money than you started with if you're taking the investing approach, not the day trading approach. The people that get wrecked are the ones that try leverage trading, or they think it's all about trading. They don't have anything that they keep their assets in long term. The store of value, if you're trading meme coins, let's say, on Ethereum, for example, then people, when they make money, they typically store a lot of that captured gains in Ethereum itself. They store it in the layer 1 token, which is ETH. And the same concept, the same mental model applies to PulseChain. Like, if you're making gains on meme coins on PulseChain, you take profit back into PLS, because everyone's anticipating when the cycle really kicks off, PLS is going to go up 10, 20, 30, who knows, 50x. And then they have a much larger stack, hopefully, than when they started. But if it's all just trading to you, man, that doesn't work out for a lot of people. especially just as a part-time. If trading is not your full-time job, I've seen so many people blow 5 figures and more just trying to be a day trader, wishing that they were one because it was glorified, who knows, like Wolf of Wall Street or whatever. And they have like a day job, they got a drinking habit on the weekends. Like, you're not going to be able to probably manage your money and your wealth as just a part-time, just doing it for funsies day trader. So I treat crypto like investing, and there is no limit to like how much is enough to retire. I just want more crypto all the time. Me. Like and subscribe. Greetings from Poland. What's up, Ricer Quad? Bark Meats on X says E-Hex / E-Hex is king. Sure. What's happening with Vouch? I don't know. The price of Vouch token went up a lot. I'm going to interview them tomorrow morning. Missed the interview today. Tomorrow morning, we're going to see what's going on with the Vouch token. It is some kind of utility token. Not sure why the price jumped so much. It's probably a way to get extra revenue. Some kind of revenue profit sharing deal, I assume. But we're going to have them answer that tomorrow. So tune in. Like, subscribe, and learn more about Vouch tomorrow. It is pumping pretty hard. Watch all his videos on the channel and see how the tokens behave. I think 500k would be a good start. I'm 28. Okay. Yeah, 500k. Why not? Why not 500k? Did we delete that old video? Yes, we did. Tokens behave. What is going on, everybody? I have 4k and up X, so if PLS makes it 100x, hopefully 1000x. I live in Germany, but I only got a couple of 100k out. I moved to Bali. Yeah, I mean, you can live somewhere else for really, really cheap. Really, really cheap. Is it safe to be swapping coins right now after the NPM attack? That thing, the NPM attack was kind of a nothing burger. It was this big fuss. I mean, apparently the hacker on the NPM thing only stole $150 total. It's not a good look to have your packages be able to like have this bug where when you think you're sending coins to your address that you copied and pasted, it actually inserts a different address and sends to a different address. But I mean, one, it can be prevented by just double checking your addresses, right? Make sure you don't have blind signing on Ledger. Make sure you're actually looking at the address you're sending it to. But it also doesn't seem to be happening to many people. It's only certain websites that were affected, and I think everyone that... Look, the entire hack only stole $150. So that should tell you all you need to know. I think that was a kind of a big... You know how crypto Twitter is, but stuff does get hacked all the time. You do have to be careful out there. Thomas says the turtles are united. Yes, the turtles. Turtles love PulseChain helping our ecosystem. I think he's talking about turtles as in the ranking system. In crypto, we've got like a ranking system. So if you're a very, very small guy, you're a shrimp, then you're a turtle, then you're a... What? Then you're a dolphin, shark, and then a whale. I think that's how it works. Got a lot of bills to pay, that's why I only have to... Yeah, I get it, man. Everyone's in a different spot. I'm just saying that there's no upper limit. But I think that's a solid amount of money. I think that's a great... That's more than 99% of all people, probably. So, I mean, you should be happy with it, but also just, you know, think about what you want individually. RH Max says 25.55. Here's a few cups of coffee for you. Thank you. Thank you for the tip, RH Max. I really appreciate the tip. Very nice of you. Hey, Casey. Is that the Casey that I know? Or is that some other Casey? Says mail emoji. Dude, RH Max, thank you so much for the tip. Really appreciate that. He's been working hard on the side too. Definitely pumping out great content. Shout out to RH Max. When do the mind control devices get turned on? It's already in your pocket, bro. That little magic rectangle. 5 years in crypto could make you a millionaire if you don't gamble on sketchy shit. It really could. It really could. It's hard to say your name. Itezaz? Itezaz? Very true. Very true. Most in pump token are likely to be the pump.tires winners. First mover advantage. Could be, but first mover advantage in meme coins is for things that have a short lifespan. Not always a good thing. They were the very first ones. They probably do have a lot of the mind share. A lot of people know about them. I think they're significant enough to get another pump. I don't know how much they're gonna pump. Extra says, "Suh, coffee." Saw, dude. I saw, Extra. I don't like bugs in my package. They have a cream for that. Fast Abdul, have you lost your mind? So what else is going on, guys? Really just it's just waiting, isn't it? All calm before the storm. E-Hex with a nice little 32% pump. Psyops left and right. Charlie Kirk assassination. I guess they caught the guy, but what about that flight? You know, what about that private jet that left minutes after the whole thing happened and then turned his radio off? There's a lot of sketchy stuff about the whole situation. It does not feel good. Like I said earlier, I know the music was loud, so you guys might not have heard, but I didn't really know who he was until after the assassination. But turns out I agreed with him on a lot of stuff, and even the stuff I didn't agree with him on didn't seem like any form of hateful inciting of violence. And you got to be careful, you know, a lot of people will just take clips out of context, and sure, he might have sounded a little weird, like the Christianity stuff maybe didn't always jive with me, but I only started listening to him because of what happened. And it just sucks because he was not any kind of a hateful person, or didn't seem to be from what I saw. So we got to be careful and just not falling for all the rage bait or the lies. And if you're gonna make an opinion, try to see what the guy actually has to say rather than just get your opinion from somebody else talking about it and just taking things out of context. So hope we can move past and relatively peacefully move past this with more adherence to free speech and people not being afraid to say how they really feel. Because there's a lot of points that are just not that controversial, but people might be scared to say them, even though everyone kind of agrees, due to this vocal minority having such a crazy reaction to not saying the perfectly right things. You know what I mean? Bitcoin hurts my environment, says Thomas. Yeah, Bitcoin uses a lot of power. He's talking about actual turtles. Nice. When Pete died at Dara. I don't know, man. Good luck with that one. Armenian says, where are my friends? I don't know, Armenian. Luke Adams says, what about those interviews where he turned on Israel? Yeah, I heard that he was starting to change his tune on the whole thing, and that would be obviously very suspicious. Something worth looking into. If he was pro spending money to fund senseless wars, then all of a sudden he went against that. Well, war is a racket, and the people that make money on it are probably some pretty sick people that might be psychopathic enough to do some violent things. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's just worth looking into. Peter says, thanks for your advice, brother. No problem, man. I mean, I'm in terms of where I want to put my money, I'm different than most people, I think. Like, I don't look at crypto like it's so risky. I think it's too risky not to. I say this all the time. But I would so much rather put $200 a week into crypto than just saving money under the mattress, right? Or in a bank account. Because in a bank account, you don't even have any hope. You don't even have any probability that this is going to pump. Right? Like, if PulseChain just stays flat, or let's say PulseChain only goes up 2x by next year, you still doubled your money. And your bank account would have just sat there and lost money. You know what I mean? That's why we need Hexaco. We sacrificed for free speech. Yes, we did. We sacrificed for the exact same thing that we're all talking about right now. So the answer to speech that you don't like is not violence. It's debate and better quality speech. And if someone's an idiot, then let them sound like an idiot and expose to everybody how stupid they are. Not great to see. R.I.P. Charlie. Also, something weird, right? The hashtags didn't autocorrect when you do hashtag Charlie Kirk on Instagram. Instagram acts like they don't even know what I'm trying to write. Very suspicious, guys. Very suspicious. I mean, it kind of shows you this didn't happen on X, YouTube, TikTok. They know when you do hashtag Charlie, it autofills the rest of it. I think everyone kind of sees what's going on there. I don't think I have to spell it out. Meta's been compromised since, I don't know, long time ago. PTGC, thanks for the $2 tip. €2. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll get in a shill for PTGC. Your $2 just bought you a quick shill. So people like this PTGC token because it's liquidity bonded to all the core coins and it's got some interesting dynamics. It took a big dip like everything else back in, well, you know, it went up a lot basically. This is one of the big winners so far. We have to put it on a log chart just to show you guys how much it already went up. Like if you bought it in July, from July to December 2024, it went up 58x. If you were lucky enough to get in it early, you're up like 200x on this coin. Let's see, today, if you bought in at the very beginning, you'd be up, well, that's absurd. Let's say that you bought right here, you'd be up like 300x. Now, most people didn't buy in the first month, okay? But still, 16, 17x. A lot of people are in profit on this one. And it's a tax token, which I typically don't really care for. But the tax token funds other liquidity, and I don't know, for whatever reason, the meme has caught on. It's all alien themed, right? UFOs, pretty big in mainstream culture. Chart looks good. It's brought in new people. Gotta respect the pump. I mean, it's a project that's not rugging people. It's not stealing people's money. Is it gonna keep dumping? Who knows? Who knows? But because of the liquidity bonding, I mean, even if nobody continued to buy PTGC and only Hex and PulseChain pump, then this coin would probably get dragged up along with it, or vice versa. So if people, for some reason, they love the aliens and they forget all about little old Hex, then maybe it drags up Hex a little bit with it too. Interesting. One of the more, probably the most successful tax token that I've seen, and it's on PulseChain. You guys are doing a great job to inform and alert the community. Thank you, Rapid Unbox. Name of the song, please. Oh, I'm just on like a royalty-free playlist, dude. It's called Trance Classics Golden Age 1998 to 2005. I just picked it because it was on the Creative Commons and I'm hoping it doesn't get copyright striked. It might though. Still might. Like people say it's Creative Commons and then it's not. But I'm glad you like it. Glad you like it. There are 45 losers who haven't clicked like. That's right, Luke. Tickle that little like button for me, would you? Help PulseChain go viral. We love it. Master Friend says right here, amen. Right here. That's right, E-Boogie. We got 1,600 people. A lot of you guys are probably on X. What else is going on in the Twitter world, guys? It's a Sunday, so there's no big news in the mainstream, normie, traditional world. But look, this week is going to be a lot of fireworks. I have a feeling the Fed might lower rates, and it might not pump instantly. Well, the Fed's going to lower rates, okay? But things might not pump instantly. Might get a little dip. But it just creates the environment for ETH to, you know, explode past all-time highs. We all know PulseChain, the sacrifice wallet's got 166,000 Ethereum. People don't realize how rich the founder Richard Hart actually is too. Other than that ETH that he's got Bitcoin, he's got adoption amplifier ETH from back in Hex. I mean, a spark could be lit And then you've got marketing, you've got tons of YouTubers, you've got all kinds of DeFi protocols, you've got meme coin trading on pump.tires. You just got all the pieces are in place for a pump. I feel like it would be unreasonable for PulseChain not to pump at least a 10x. We almost saw a 10x back in December. And that was on, I don't know, triple, maybe 4 or 5 times higher liquidity. That was back when there was an SEC lawsuit still. That was back when Trump wasn't even elected yet. There's all that uncertainty, fear around that. And we still saw PulseChain and PulseX do like a 7 or 8x from bottom to top in way shittier conditions. And now we've got everything is so good. We got Liberty Swap. Liberty Swap.finance is also releasing. Okay, so Liberty Swap is pretty awesome. They're like a Solana bridge now. So they just unlocked Solana USDC bridging into PulseChain. I don't think you guys are bullish enough on Liberty Swap. I think a lot of people are bullish on Liberty Swap. But look, they lit up the trenches again. They're getting everybody's attention with meme coins, with fun, making it... Honestly, they really reinvigorated the PulseChain ecosystem. They're getting degens over from other chains. Again, the PulseChain Solana bridge is huge, but now they've got privacy features coming. They've hinted at... They're basically almost ready with their privacy-enabled Railgun method of onboarding. So now you're going to be able to buy from private wallets. I mean, read between the lines there, guys. Rich people, maybe a certain rich entity, doesn't always want people tracking their money and brewing their bags. So, privacy features being enabled. Now you can bridge backwards. You used to only be able to bridge from like base to pulse, right? Now you can bridge backwards from pulse to base. That's very nice to get the bi-directional thing going. You've got gasless transactions. A user doesn't even need to worry about gas. The gas fee is sponsored by Liberty Swap. It's a huge feature. Like, that is one of the biggest user experience hurdles in all of crypto. Liberty Swap is handling that. Pretty awesome. And they do great marketing. So, really glad that they showed up. Really glad that they showed up. The wolves are watching you. What are you talking about, bro? Coffee, we watching from our channel. Oh, oh, those wolves. I was like, "What's up, Saint Wolf Vision? How you doing, man?" At first, I read the wolves are watching me. I'm like, "What? That's supposed to be a threat?" Saint Wolf, everybody go like and subscribe to Saint Wolf. I'm also a big fan of his channel. He talks about really cool stuff. Master Friend says, "Dara." Yeah, send everything to $1, guys. Peg Hex to $1. Peg PulseX to $1. But why stop? Why even peg it? Why not go past $1, everybody? Dude, I am heavily invested in Pulse, PulseX, E-Hex, and PDI. Okay, look. PDI's brought in a lot of people. They all love the conspiracy. Just because it's not for me. I mean, at least there's no exploit anymore, for now. But there was another tangential exploit with that other protocol. I don't know, just be careful out there, everybody. We're amazing, brother. Great show. Hey, thanks, Saint Wolf. Frank White says, "Bang bang pulse gang." Indeed, sir. Indeed. I'm trying to think if there's any other juicy news for you guys on Sunday. I think a lot of high-profile individuals are going to find out about PulseChain pretty soon, if they don't know already. Sometimes I wonder that PulseChain's actually way more popular than we realize. I mean, it's regularly the number 5 or 6 chain by activity on dexscreener.com. I think the degens are watching. I think PulseChain's way bigger than we realize, and that's part of why the marketing campaign is so bullish, because it's going to reach people that aren't totally in crypto yet. Like, we pretty much dominate on Twitter. PulseChain dominates on CryptoX. And we're pretty good on YouTube, and we've got a lot of people talking about it on TikTok and Instagram. So social media, like, we've got people with tutorials, we've got people to follow. Yeah, your friend Sami for the juicy whatever conspiracy theories you're into. Like, people can get their dopamine and find their information So it's really just we need to reach new, fresh eyeballs, new money. A lot of the new money that I think, my theory is kind of that the new money that's been coming into crypto is drifting into degenerate, pumped up fun gambling trash, and it's trickling in at a slower rate because that's all people think it is. So people come and they don't really believe in anything, and they come and they get wrecked and then they leave. And that's most people's experience with crypto. Or they have like 20 bucks worth of Ethereum on Robinhood, and they think that's what crypto is, and it's like, it's not at all true. But the people that are in real crypto, I think, are already in PulseChain. So getting outside of the bubble is really all that it takes. All that it takes. Yeah, weird that E-Hex is up, isn't it? I mean, I've got no reasoning for that other than BankX being almost out. And perhaps the marketing is actually hitting people and they're buying it on Ethereum? Who knows? Look, it's only one day, so can't really draw any conclusions after one day. Can't really draw any conclusions there. Hello, Coffee. I don't get the difference of Pulse and WPLS. Is it the same? Thanks. So WPLS just stands for Wrapped Pulse. Like, you're going to see the same thing on Ethereum. They are one for one the same. The only reason WPLS is there is because you need to wrap the PLS token as a certain, basically in a certain format called PRC20 standard. And in order to make PLS compatible with trading with all the other coins, you need to convert it into WPLS first. But it's always a free one-to-one conversion. Or very, very cheap, right? Like if I ever want to turn one ETH into one WETH, I can do that on Uniswap for almost no fees. It's just a very simple contract that wraps it and makes it compatible to trade versus everything else. Does that make sense? They're the same price, they're the same token. WPLS is just what you use to like bond to all the liquidity pairs on PulseX. We appreciate everything you do. Thank you, SW. Your short videos on YouTube are educational for you newbies. Hey, my pleasure, man. I'll keep making them. What do I think of the Remember token? I still have 1 trillion tokens, actually. I just really disappointed with the price performance of Remember. I mean, if it ever pumps again, hey, great. I think it's still paying out drips of, what is it, 1 or 2% daily ROI, but like, the price is so wrecked that it's really not doing much for me anymore. So I haven't really been following OG Web Chef. I hope that he revives that token someday. I just don't really care. There's only 24 hours in a day, man, and then everyone's got their own ecosystem. Everyone's got their own narrative. You've only got so much attention, so that's basically the extent of it for me. I've got that 1 trillion Remember tokens from like back when they launched the new version, but I kind of stopped paying attention, to be completely honest with you. Hex Wizard says, "What's up, Coffee? How much Hex does BankX have left in the wallet?" Like I said earlier, I think they've got about 20 million left, which is really nothing. 20 million P-Hex at these prices is what? $30,000? It's like very, very little. My man knows how to secure a package. LOL, Brandon. Yeah, I met Brandon volunteering with the RS Griffin Foundation. It was a great time. Fabulous time. Yeah, Brandon really knows how to slap a label on a package. Great job, dude. What do I think of the Remember token? You just asked me that. I just answered you. Wouldn't it be crazy if E-Hex actually got to parity? Like, do you guys remember the infamous E-Hex tweet where Richard so-called killed E-Hex? He said, "Hey, the market has decided." And I don't think he anticipated this, but everybody just went berserk and they dumped all their E-Hex. Well, first of all, I do think that he means that E-Hex is going to be the focus, but we have to remember that he made that tweet when the ratio is only 1 to like 1.23. Meaning P-Hex was only 23% higher than E-Hex, and then he made that tweet, and then it dumped to all hell. It went to like a 10-to-1 ratio. But back in the day, it was almost a 1-to-1 ratio. It was consolidating near like a 2-to-1 ratio, actually. And ever since that tweet, it's been much farther below a 2-to-1 ratio, meaning 2 E-Hex for every 1 P-Hex. It would just be insane if we actually did get locked in at some ratio that was much higher. 1-to-1 would be so insane to me. If that was all part of the master plan. I don't want to bank on that. What I think was happening was he was giving the community time to see if they cared enough to liquidity bond it. But if you really want to lock a ratio in, you need to provide a lot of liquidity on both E-Hex and P-Hex, right? You need to take a shit ton of E-Hex and a shit ton of P-Hex and put them together in an LP. And, I mean, he was probably just waiting and seeing if anybody would do it, and since nobody did, he said, well, why would I do it if nobody else wants to? I mean, theoretically, it's easier to just pump one coin and focus on and drive people's attention towards one coin. But you got to see the counter argument. The counter argument is that, hey, when newbies come onto Ethereum, they see the hex over there. A lot of people don't even know that it's different. And regularly on MetaMask Swap, this is a weird thing. On MetaMask Swap, E-Hex is regularly like one of the top 5 most traded coins over there. For just everyday people. The people that use MetaMask Swap are not really necessarily always advanced crypto users. Because they're just doing it because it's easy. They don't care that they're paying an extra fee. They don't care about anything. They just want to open their little app and trade one coin for another. And when you type in Hex and MetaMask Swap, the coin that pops up is E-Hex. And if you want to figure out how to bridge and get onto PulseChain, well, that requires you to actually watch a couple videos and do, 20-30 minutes of research, which, let's be honest, a lot of people don't do. That's the counter argument, is that E-Hex is in front of everybody's face when they're a noob. Maybe the noobs, buy up E-Hex. But eventually, it seems weird that they would never realize that there's a whole new network out there. There's a whole new network of PulseChain. Hey, look at that. Another real device got shipped out. Shout out to PulseCoinList.com. This guy, Pulse CoinLists. This guy made a really cool website. Or maybe it's a small team, I actually don't know. And he was posting that one of his buddies, who was a crypto whale, just got one of these LCD writing tablets. These PulseChain tablets. And I guess he was a whale. And so it's only just getting started. Let's see. How do I get to the nice version of this page? Shows you how much I go here. But really, PulseCoinList.com is a great website for everything. Crypto bubbles. This is just... Stats. Token rankings. Here we go. This is the nice little dashboard I was looking for. Look at that, guys. Everything's flat. E-Hex up 28%. Do with this information what you will. I'm still not going to go ape into a bunch of E-Hex, but I've still got a bag. Still have a bag I haven't sold yet. Let's see. Back to chat. Hi, Coffee. How many tablets have been shipped? I said earlier, but it's about 30,000 is the number that we're looking at. And with all these process improvements being made, I think there could be 10 to 20,000 shipped out per day. Shout out to the people at the R.S. Griffin Foundation. Everybody, everything seems to be going great. Still in labeling progress. Yeah, they are still in labeling progress, but they get labeled and shipped simultaneously, Like, they get shipped as soon as they're ready. So, I think this was all mentioned on a Twitter Spaces as well. I'm pretty sure RG3 popped into a Twitter Spaces and talked about it. What's my take on Dominance token that gives yield in PWBTC? Like I said, I haven't been paying attention to the OG web chef ecosystem. I just don't have the time right now. Hey, for the people into it, congratulations. I hope it keeps working out. But it was too much mental. I had to keep following what was going to be the next coin and the next coin. Too much rotating for me, personally. Hey, we got a subscription. Thank you for the subscription. ADT Crypto. Thanks for the sub, dude. Yield APY on day one entries into PulseX's LPX pool is currently over 10%. Yeah, look, Slarty is right. You guys got to check out PulseX.app if you want some yield opportunities. That is a very interesting one. They've got a very interesting, like, no trade zone type of... It's kind of like a arbitrage bot that also is a liquidity provider. Like, you get yield and you incentivize... you kind of put more pressure, more positive pressure on the price as it goes up. It's an alternative way of providing liquidity versus Uniswap v3. Bright Light says PulseChain will surprise people. That's all there is to it. That's right, that's right. E-Hex maxis. Are there any E-Hex maxis only? Very few still, very few. People that only like E-Hex. I can name maybe a couple. That's why we need USA instant debit card on-ramp. Easiest way to get people in the ecosystem regardless of the fees. NJ Dub, yeah, I think... Okay, that's another thing Liberty Swap is working on. Like, as if they're not doing enough. Liberty Swap is also, allegedly, working on a way to get PulseChain spendable with a debit card. Like, on-ramp, off-ramp. How crazy would that be? Insane. How high do I think E-Hex can go? Maybe 10 cents? Yeah, maybe 10 cents. 10 cents sounds very possible, Ricky. We should make a device tracker that shows how many have been shipped out daily. It's kind of... That'd be a very manual task, and it's... I don't know. The numbers are going up. More are getting shipped out. We're keeping track, but maybe we should. Who knows? Maybe we should do some public updates. Food for thought. I'll get back to you. DJ Cryptomatic says nice. Price prediction for PLS this cycle. Thanks. Look, I think 100x is possible from the bottom. Hey, Coffee, do I know about Doubt token? Yeah, I've heard of Doubt. Pretty popular meme coin. People like Doubt token, but I don't know if it's still going. We could take a look, right? This is actually a surprisingly successful meme coin. Holy crap, look at this thing. Wow. How much did it do? Doubt token is up 13x since the early days. I mean, even more if you bought early. What's the deal with this thing? The token designed to pump on the backs of non-believers. I think it's just a pump.tires token, isn't it? Isn't it just pump.tires? Or does it actually do something more complicated than that? What's the total supply? Is the total supply 1 billion? It definitely looks like a pump tires token. Tied to ink. Very interesting. Wonder why it's tied to ink. Honestly, there are so many rabbit holes to go down. I'm just trying to pump our bags, guys. I'm just trying to send some mail. E-Hex for the win. Yes, E-Hex for the win. Which one would I buy instead, Sonic or E-Hex? Well, I'm really disappointed with Sonic. So I would, if you asked me 2 months ago, I would have said Sonic. Now, I mean, hey, E-Hex. Look, did Sonic actually do anything lately? Is it still 30 cents? Rap Sonic. Oh my god, that is just... Look, everyone's in pain right now. Like, every crypto altcoin conviction play. Everyone's struggling, but I was hoping for a lot more out of Sonic, and the airdrop really killed the price. The airdrop and Winter Mutant stuff have been suppressing this chart here. I hope it recovers. That's what happens when you give out too many free coins to people, though. You can give out a little free coins, but if you give out millions and millions of sell pressure, that's exactly what it is. It's sell pressure. So I hope Sonic can, I mean, technologically it's good, but as we know, it's not always tech that makes the number go up. So it's kind of in a PulseChain situation. Everyone's very bullish, but very disappointed so far. We'll see. The thing about PulseChain is you've got so many more games to play, so many more people to follow, so many more side communities to get involved in. And people have actually made a lot of gains on PulseChain with meme coins and other stuff. I'm a big fan of the core coins, but I do branch out when I see a potential opportunity sometimes. And because I'm not a complete maxi, I'm pretty much a maxi, but I'm not completely. And I've been able to capitalize on a couple opportunities. Right now I'm really hoping Unity works out, but as we can see by this chart, not looking very good. What's happening on Unity is that people's creates are finally coming out and they're just dumping it. Now, can we recover? Definitely. Because are a lot of people still in profit? Yes. The people that are in profit, if they don't stake, they're probably going to keep dumping. But if staking becomes attractive, then this chart might be saved. And why would staking be attractive? I have a feeling it has to do with the greater market. If people are more bullish in the greater market, if the Fed cuts rates, if the numbers go up, if Ethereum breaks its all-time high, if the ETH ETF inflows start kicking off again, then maybe people will be enticed to start staking their Unity and not just dumping it. But there's basically two things you could do with Unity. You can stake it and you can create it. And to create it, you have to burn PulseX or PLS. So it creates burn pressure on PulseX, but everyone's basically playing this big game of chicken where they're hoping that the price is higher in the future of Unity so that they can, I don't know, get more Pulse or PulseX. It's copied off of some other protocol called Taurus, but Taurus was, I think, a little bit different because it's based on that whole Titan X ecosystem. And yeah, look at the chart here, guys. Is it going to look the exact same? I don't know. But for the early people, I think $1 here, people are probably still in profit. The max length for the creates was 88 days. I'm not sure if that was the same on Taurus, but Taurus has been out for 66 days. And the reason it's dipped is because when people are in profit, they dump. But to be honest, PulseChain has a much bigger community. So maybe Unity has a lot more potential. I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best there. It's a very small side bet, but it is interesting. I don't know why Charlie and Miguel hyped it up like crazy. Oh, you talking about Sonic? Well, look, like I said, a lot of people hyped up PulseChain too, and that's been pretty flat. So, I mean, it's not like we should write it off quite yet, but the airdrop for Sonic probably wasn't good. Just like, I mean, for PulseChain's got its own problems, right? I could talk about the problems all day, but we all kind of know it's like the fractionalized buying power. At the end of the day, guys, you just need new demand, new money coming in, and that happens with marketing. And people, like a lot of people watching, probably have Twitter accounts and YouTube channels, and that's what PulseChain's a little bit different on. Plus a lot of bullish stuff, like the founder potentially coming back, the founder, or the sacrifice fund wallet buying its own coins in the past. I mean, that's much better than a foundation that dumps all the time. Cough, cough, ETH Foundation. Do I know exactly what's going on with PulseX with the single-sided staking? Yeah, I think his game is about to come out. One thing I like about PulseX is they got a cool automated trading bot where you can set limit orders through Telegram. I made a video about it. You should go check that out. It's called PulseX Trader Bot. So if you want to get in early on meme coins, like if you want to snipe, you can set, like you can see things as soon as they come out. You can buy things with super high gas limits so you always get your order in. And you could set certain take profit points as well. Definitely just watch that video and if you want to try that out, I think it's pretty good. But the PulseX gaming gambling platform, it's cool. I hope it works out. I don't really do gambling a whole lot, but a lot of people do, and it could get some massive exposure. Because I think the guy behind it is like a professional in that region, in that area. Meaning gaming, right? Online gaming. So I trust that the team knows what they're doing. I'm just not like eager to do any gambling myself, but SolidX is one of the many side projects with an actual real person behind it that is probably going to execute and do what he said he's going to do. Turk Montana says, don't fade E-Hex parody. Can you imagine how crazy that would be? So crazy. Sketchpad the world. Winter Meat just got back on board. Okay, look, guys, I'm out of my element when it comes to Sonic. I don't know what their plans are for the future. I'm just hoping. I've still got a small bag. But I came back home to PulseChain, guys. People are wrecked all over the place, guys. The whole altcoin index thing, people are saying, oh, the altcoin index is so high. Really, altcoins are just flat while Bitcoin's going down. Like, that index is not a good indicator of reality. The stuff that's been pumping are random meme coins and insider pump and dumps. That's really what's been pumping for the last 2 years. I can't wait to get my sketchpad so I can write down a reminder to buy a couple more million P-Hex. Lol. Turk Montana says, E-Hex going to parity. I mean, if my dream of parity was like 2 years too early, my mind would be blown. Question, Coffee. Is it true I can make my own coin on PLS? How can I make a coin for my students? Not for profit or trading, just incentivize them and give them a reward for completing tasks. You can easily make a coin. That's a good question, Logi. You can easily make a coin over on pump.tires. It's our very own copy of pump.fun. Except, one cool difference is that all the fees get burnt instead of becoming negative sell pressure. So, go to pump.tires if you want to make your own coin. Oh, damn it. I accidentally declined. Alright. Here, you connect your wallet, you click create new coin. You're basically set with a finite supply of 1 billion tokens. You can choose how much to give yourself in the first transaction. You can auto bond it straight to PulseX. The advantage of making a pump.tires meme coin is that because of the platform that's creating it, these coins are basically certifiably zero utility, no bugs, no weird backdoors, no blacklist functions. Anything on pump.tires is safe and just a standard PRC20. Doesn't do anything. What do we got here? Is that a little koala bear in a top hat I see? Good day, I'm Jack, a top-hatted... I will be vlogging my experience on PulseChain. Is it bullshit? Is it a lie? Time will tell. Hatch-a-sketch. Hexa-sketch. I like that. Soft brain. Yeah, so these are just meme coins that people make, guys. It's kind of funny. Some of them are funny. P-Monkey. Bruce Lee. Master Fart. How about Master Fart? There's some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's Master Fart. Well, that's basically, you get the idea. You get the idea, guys. So if you want to start a coin, I would just do that. And if you want to give it out to them for incentives for completing tasks, you can just give all the coin to yourself and then, pay them coins when they do what you want them to do. Cryptomatics, smash the like. Do I have alpha I can't share with the community? Not really. My alpha is that we've got huge marketing campaigns in the works. Do I know secret things? Like, everyone's going to tell you they know something secret, but do they just know different things? Probably. Yippee-ki-yay, getting rich off the internet. Do I like RWAs, bro? Like I said, I bought some of the CVRE token as a real-world asset, real estate play on PulseChain. And I'm just taking a gamble on this guy. I hope that his profile and what he's been saying is all true. He seems like a good person, but we'll see if the actual coin is successful. The idea of pumping a coin based off of real estate cash flows is pretty simple to understand, and when it comes time to take profit, having virtual digital ownership in real estate could be an interesting idea. Very small bet. Okay, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Kirk Montana says Dubai. Oh, name the 3 countries I would move to if I was leaving the US and why. 3 countries I would move to if I was leaving the US. That's a good question. How about Portugal? Portugal sounds nice. There's plenty of islands in the Caribbean, but those passports aren't the best. What else is there? I don't know. Something with low crime? If I learned Japanese, maybe I'd go to Japan. My reasoning behind these things is basically freedom, safety, and then my third criteria would be, do people, like, language barrier. Do people like Americans? Do they speak English? I really like, I mean, the thing is, there's countries that I love to visit that I don't know if I would live there. Like Southeast Asia, or like the Greek islands, Spain. They're great to visit. I don't know if they would be great to live. I haven't really thought about that too much. Dubai is kind of interesting as well. Maybe Portugal, Dubai. Let's say, I don't know. You could just get a pretty easy one at, I think, Kitts or one of those islands in the Caribbean. Turk Montana says 0% tax, no gun crimes, no crimes at all, peaceful luxury. Yeah, Dubai is pretty enticing for those, especially for the British people and a lot of people in Europe. It's a long way to go overseas, leave everything behind in the US, but it's possible if shit really did hit the fan here. Hope it doesn't get that bad. Funkmaster, yeah, what's up, dude? Dr. Paul says Hexico. Turk says Portugal, Dubai, or Thailand. Yeah, I was thinking Thailand too. Dude, Turk, I might just have to agree with you there. You can live like a king in Thailand. I like the music, makes me want to go run. Nice, nice. Everyone's... Turk Montana loves Dubai. Switzerland, yeah, Switzerland could be cool. Funkmaster says up only season soon. Look, guys, I gotta get going. Thanks all for coming. Enjoy the little 30% up in E-Hex. Let's hope for much, much more. It's only the beginning. Big marketing starting. X, PulseChain, PulseX. You know those are my favorite coins. So yeah, like, subscribe. Try to stay sane out there. And just stick to the plan. Plan's very simple. New money, new demands. Light a spark, do some marketing. And numbers will go up. Life-changing returns are on the table. See you guys on the next one.